Today we're talking with Dan Savage. He's with Team SIKKY, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his car, 2012. So what do we have going on with this car here? Start with the engine.
Alright, this is the SIKKY manufacturing S13.4. It's utilizing a 6.3-liter LS engine. Depending on where you're from, it could be a Holden, could be a GTO, could be a Camaro, could be a Corvette. They're all pretty much the same. Utilizing the SIKKY manufacturing swap kit, CNC motor mounts, our baffle oil pan, our header kit, trans mount. Really simple, super easy to use kit. Alright, it's built by ERL Performance out of Indiana, I believe, and they really built it stout. I've had no problems with it. It's got a high lift cam, push rods, hard roller rockers. It's really making super power, about 488 to the wheels, so it's more than plenty.
Very impressive. Well, Dan, now that you got me looking here, we have something going on with the front of the car.
All this stuff?
What do we have here? What is all this?
This was what was earned via hard driving. So this is J Import Performance made this roll cage front end that's all quick release. I can like literally pull it off in probably about 10 minutes off, all quick release style.
Unbelievable.
So the core support area has been replaced. It's been boxed in frame rails and stuff. It's still legal for like four-wheel drift and stuff.
Very cool, man. So, what kind of suspension do we have here with this?
Long-time supporter has been D2 Racing Products. I'm utilizing their drift spec spoilers. So it's an inverted strut, all the dampening adjustments on the bottom.
Wow, Mike, you can probably get a shot right here.
Yeah, and with the adjustable SIKKY sway bar as well, that really helps just.
And you guys fabricate the sway bars, right?
Yes, everything's made here. Everything's made in-house. It's quite the production here at SIKKY Manufacturing.
That is an awesome deal. Is there anything else that you've done personally to the car, other than having the whole entire thing fiberglass?
And truck converted?
Yeah,
and truck converted.
The whole thing about having a drift car is making it stand out. Making it stand out from the next guy or the next guy. Right. And I think Brandon Figget from Lemonade Graphics actually really did a great job.
Yeah, this car stands out.
Yeah, he works
very much so
at Signs in One Day in Baltimore, and he kind of mocked it up, and this just makes you go, what the? I want to go look at that. Yep. And that's really what
this car is huge.
Yeah, that's really what made everyone come up to look at it. So to help get all the power to the ground, we have Falcon tires. Also, D2 Racing also supplies their coilovers. Inverted struts, helper strings in the back with adjustable dampening, really helps out. It's all lightweight, it's got fiberglass doors. Here inside, the Sparko seat, simple stuff, regular e-brake style stuff. Really fast and nimble.
Cable or hydraulic e-brake?
Cable.
Cable?
Cable. Come on back. This is probably what makes it really unique. It's a truck. Custom like one-off conversion, actually using an S10 rear bed. And it's all watertight sealed rhino line. Also in the back running the Falcon Azeni 615K, 275/40/17. And it's got a dual 3-inch exhaust all the way to a 4-inch out. Sounds pretty mean.
Hell yeah.
So, hey, alright, so questions for the Formula One. How does someone get started in drifting?
You can get started accidentally, like how I did. I started in the Miata. So I started in a car that was super short wheelbase, super snappy. It had a big turbo, all that kind of stuff on it, but I could never do the long, sweeping courses. This chassis provides a whole lot better stability in drift with modified steering knuckles. They're really steady in the drift.
Okay, so Dan,
yes.
For any potential drifters, what is the basic setup that anybody would need?
Seat time.
Seat time?
Seat time?
That's it?
Seriously, that's the thing that's going to be the most impactful when you go to an event and you're scared because you don't want to spin out in front of somebody. The best thing to have is seat time.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're bone stock motor, if you can go out and slide your car on stock suspension, that's better than going out with full coilovers, good tires, and you're not able to spin them. Seat time. Seriously. If you can afford a flop kit, you can afford an LS, you can afford a good clutch, do it. But you need to know when to steer and wouldn't pull the e-brake, wouldn't kick the clutch. The lower horsepower cars, you really need to stay on the clutch to keep the wheels spinning. And that's something I still do even on this, even with the 275s. It's grippy, so in order to keep it out, you know, if it's not spinning, I'll hit the clutch over there. You know, like, it's gonna keep spinning. It's any twin disc. It's gonna hold it.
How did you get started here?
Here?
Well, I guess, did James help you, or did you kind of come to him and say, hey, I can do a mechanic also drift for you?
Yeah, there was a kid that worked here, and I sold my old chassis to him. As far as getting hooked up here, that's how that started, the V8 craze. I never even thought I would drive a V8, much less. I started LS1 with the old chassis. The new chassis is LS3 now, with 488 to the wheels on like a break-into. So we haven't really put it back on the dyno to get it retuned, or I don't even need to, but just to make sure it's safe. So would you get into it accidentally or not? Like, everyone comes to the track and sees it, so everyone wants to do drifting.
To get where you are, would you say you need to start out with a lot of money, like for tires and everything? Like, is it really expensive, or can your average?
Expensive at this level.
Okay.
It can't be expensive if you're dumpster diving. If it came midnight and I was out dumpster diving to get tires. That didn't matter, because that's what made the difference me driving the next event or not.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do, you know. That's going to be a part of anything if you have to drive the love to do something.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a great job, man. We witnessed you. I was down at Virginia. I think it was West Virginia, actually. And you
Drift Nirvana.
You and James were down there, and Vaughn Gittens down there, and I believe this was going around.
100 drifters?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other chassis was.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, that is the old chassis.
You're right. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And was that you driving?
That was me driving.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I won the tandem competition, and I went and called out JR. I was like, let's go! It was fun. We had fun runs, and I blew the motor on that last run against him. I started like 270 degrees. I was like, it's the last run. It's December. It's gonna be okay.
Now, what is wrong with that car, though? Anything? I noticed I have an engine in it.
For sale. I had this chassis as my personal car. And at the end of the year, figuring out what we would do for next year, it's like, oh, we should do this, we should do this. And I already had all this stuff on this chassis. And that was just like, hey, jump into this, let's drive it. And we did. And we drove it well. Like, we had a great response, and people knew what SIKKY was as far as 2011. 2012 has been even bigger with this car. All the attention is grabbed, and when we go to events and we're 1 and 2 qualifiers, like we were in Road Atlanta this year, it was just like, wow, who the heck is SIKKY? We're here to stay, you know, and that's why we'll sell a product, but we'll be at the track to help you if you have a problem with it or anything like that, which is I think the stronghold that we have with our product is that we're at the track helping you with it. Yeah. We're at the track answering your questions about it or anything like that, and we'll back it at the track. So
now you say we, it's you, James,
and we have a couple other members that are just dabbling here and there that also represent the company. We have Super outside with the rear subframe bushings, steering rack bushings.
Was that the one that maxed out the dyno?
Yes, maxed out the dyno.
And that probably put a big smile on everybody's face. We couldn't ask for a better day. We had a great time with Team SIKKY. And actually it is with James Evans, the owner of this place, and it's with Dan Savage and a few other people that work here at the shop. We appreciate Dan taking the time to show us around. Thanks for having me. And we'll catch you on the street, I guess.
Yeah,
on the track.
On the track, not the street.
Well, we like to see you on the street. That's great, man. That's real great.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Alrighty guys, so we got a second interview here. We have James Evans, owner and founder, correct, of JE Imports. He's going to talk to us a little bit about his SIKKY car, and we're going to understand what's going on behind the scenes here. So, James, what all do you have done to your car?
Basically, we started with a 6-liter LS2 block, did a dry sleeve setup, punched it out to 7.3 liters, so it's big bore, short stroke, running trick flow, CNC, billet heads, big cam, pretty much everything you can do, the motor's done. Detuned, but we lowered the compression a little bit too to make it, a little more reliable.
Right.
Still makes 550 at the wheel, so detuned. I mean, this is like a 750 horsepower setup.
And it's an NA.
All NA. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the whole point with it is just, keep it as reliable as possible so I can concentrate on driving and not fixing stuff. Even with that, you're always breaking something.
Imagine when you have something like this, something's going to happen. But, I mean, the way you drive, I saw you down at the, I think it was in West Virginia. There's a track down there. You guys, it was you and tan racing. And now when you were this long bit, tan and back and forth, you guys were doing an awesome job. And that was this car, right?
Yep. Yeah, that was the similar motor. It hasn't really changed. It's been refreshed since then. But yeah, same setup. We've been playing with suspension. We got the angle set up on this thing way better. Running SIKKY prototype lower control arms and angle kit. So I think it's better angle than most 240s these days. And it's finally driving the way we want it to drive.
Now, when you say SIKKY, that is your brand.
Yep.
Right? So you fab up the sway bars, you fab up the control arms too?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything's fabbed up.
SIKKY is like the production version of our custom stuff. So we'll make something, test it again, log it some more on the track, and then once we know it's iron, bulletproof, then it'll go to like a production stage, and then we make like mass produce it.
That is awesome, man. So, I mean, when did you get started with this company?
1998 is when we started.
A little over 10 years.
So yeah, I think we're coming up on 12, yeah, 12 or 13, I guess. I lose track, man. 98.
Is it true that you started in like a shed or something in your backyard? That's the rumor that I heard.
I started my parents' garage in like a suburb development, and I was there for about a year before my neighbors caught on and called the zoning board on me.
No way.
I had like 5 or 6 motors laying out along the driveway. It was like Sanford and Son kind of.
Jeez.
And now you got this.
Now this is it.
Now you got this.
It's a beautiful thing, man. So we'll end the interview there because he's a busy man. But anybody who's looking to get their car worked on, performance-wise, JE Imports is the place to come. They offer a great variety of different aftermarket parts. Plus, they do most of the work here themselves.
They worked on the spec.
They worked on Freddie's spec outside. Actually, it's got the turbo on. Spec the guys did, I believe. So it's still running great. So we want to thank James, and we'll catch you next time with the Red Ones.